I wish I would a quick one, Pam. My papa, you might know my GH station TV. So, I sent me a video where we say Ghana or match, and this video is very important. I have to do it. Actually, when we say Kelvin Taylor at my about Kennedy Agyapong.
Yes. Kennedy nipa baako we. Say Kennedy Agyapong we hu. Nipa nya butre oga we hu ahun.
Say me say we back court. I only me fireman, cashman. Abejina court. Adi tantana shwonim. And then you the guy will remove everything for everybody to see who Anas. And yes, I best court to make court. But you know, court. I'm interpretations are Ghana ni ba kupe wa ha. Only the to cover the face. A quiet witness and all my testimony.
So to me, enya odi kan no nya clearance. So
clearance from where?
From Mraka nechi so bit me ayesa.
Eba court. How comes I'm a rough bar?
That video yo, me show video ya. I don't have you. Cyborg bana na eti echire hororo. Kennedy so de Kennedy am penasable. Kennedy de meboa ma many Anas bekasa. Many Anas bekasa because I didn't dey no. Obi obetima boa Kennedy sisi aye me. I'm telling you, I'm the only person who can help Kennedy. And Kennedy me feeling. Yeah, apart from Bibia me feeling. Enti me head me metumi Anas. But me show video na Kennedy cyborg be na ti wechi no. Me sanya mana na oya na ha me no. Me video na ha me o. Cyborg na o ti wechi no.
Say me say we back court. I only me fireman, cashman. Abejina court. Adi tantana shwonim. And then you the guy will remove everything for everybody to see who Anas. And yes, I best court to make court. But you know, court. I'm interpretations are Ghana ni ba
interpretation. Uju chance ya brochire e na otwi taxi kakra na ba Ghana enwa no bro nwa se kufoma kakra e na obenya wakasa kasa e na wagudu no watu nsa na obwe na wi hwede abeto and dey bia me ka che Kennedy Agyapong Daddy Freddy ya na kope 80 million ka beto zo kwasi apenyi Daddy Freddy ankasa interview ya kwasi we akofo phone tantan bi na wo Kennedy Agyapong wakotena so se oni Daddy Fred kwasi ni tisa boto Mr. Kennedy in Siano Anas Aremeyaw Insioba kwasi we na 80 million ka beto so ye catch them platform fun bia na makoso Jimmy ni bia tam Mike sidenim any camera phone tantan ni phone bia moso den kwasi we na kofo 80 million abro on say in kwasi interviewer that Fred kwasi we grant na copy court no or no obetua 10 million amame kwasi we na tisa bosom na ase obegina honorable is it Siano is here be den is here Anas the Anas aye Bema kwasi ampe yo kasa ontumi bie nani Jimmy as a sort of so in the Kennedy in the honorable or compare Agyapong form in the Siano in the Anas I can ask me and na kwasi we gigi was am okay some akoi na no se KVIP Holland for newspaper na tare wona yet near the fire to no kwasi we wagigi wa ma 18 million ende kwasi
na ensem wo timi aka fa Kennedy Agyapong ho ne de ensem ne de ano etin e se timi bie mu ne etin ensem a Kelvin Taylor timi aka fa Kennedy Agyapong
kwasi bia tumi ba American tea and Ghana ye Jimmy tea ye tumi frɛ obi a journalist. Now let's dissect the matter. This document you see here we want more Jimmy mo so nkurasifo we so ye Jimmy ntra. You see this document. This is a request. A request that the Anas team sent to the court to ask for permission to film and to take still pictures. Any fool sitting on radio and TV in Ghana, America, I say, or a journalist, go to the court, just ask. The court will give it to you. Just ask, send an email. Send an email. This job is so easy. It is not complicated. I don't know what Jimmy sir. My say mua, my say nyai, my say toilet mumua. I don't know what Jimmy sir. Send an email to the court and tell the court you want evidence to this. Is this there? The court will hand it over to you. Na nkwasi afo mo nyanyanya Jimmy. Matiti tinkwa ya iremoni mabetata camera nimu ekeka nkwasi asem adentia ye kromuni ye party ni MPP Kennedy Agyapong asama to ninti ye nsay American court ye ngu court n'anim ase. Why do you do that? Now, this document is request of permission to photograph electronical record of or broadcast a court proceeding. Into the Anas team, they sent a document. They requested that can we film? Can we take still pictures? I did not make this document up. These are documents from the court that any person can just ask for. When you enlarge the document, let me show you and let me read the document to you. In class 4, this is what you see. These are the facts. Mwe Jimmy Dodo, mudi munkrasa samru fi wurem. Mabetena brochire, monumu kankankan, mabebo jantira ti kurom ha. Mo brekese. Mo nimu se entwamoa. E Google radio so Facebook e Jimmy mo. This is the document. It is not difficult. It is so easy to do that. Mo hu fin in Kamwan asefo mo dwen se mo betumi de san konkonsa ne nkwase akeka no saa e de MPP aba power enya dwuma in the name of journalism. 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 Eyi asema ya nyenyem wo eyi asentim mo agimi.
Now the secretary Agyapong and Anas issue no. Say issue ne and say issue no and I see chemu jande chemu bebre na en sama Kelvin Taylor team abeka fa hono dia busua ano
New Jersey Supreme Court. Now my mention my DB. Now the conversation about Aremeyaw Anas 18 million akopie court say yes Kennedy Nkutia yes ma Kennedy Nkutia no. Now the conversation has been deduced. Ya tete conversation about fuma kwakodru pictures any videos are you can or court. Now mo amuti America mo so mako school Ghana for amuti America mako school. Can you just pick a camera and enter a courtroom and film? As a journalist, if you call yourself a journalist, wako school. So unjimi na unimadia. Now, if you know what you are doing, can anybody just walk into just even your room and pick a camera and take a picture of you or take a video of you? Now, let's watch this. We are matching my DB.
The clue why they don't want to say anything. One, courtroom or nankasa. They want everybody not to video. You can take pictures, but you cannot video. Anas has video without even one video judge in the movie. That is another case where young lawyers they are not going to say anything. I'm telling you, sir, this is where it's far more than what we are doing right now.
Anas lawyers say munina or say omu koje permission wa court.
Yo,
Omu pesa omu video because mo say ne ba no mu hu say mu de obi edi machi. Enti omu koje tie baba je tie. Omu koje permission.
Okay, so I'm going
to video. Yes, they went for permission. Yes, and the court granted them permission to video.
That is why
independent journalists be and but they went for permission to video.
Who judge in a country on permission to record even the judge himself.
Yeah, I think they have permits to video. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I can form a trade tonight. When the time is right, we will see. So whether the judge allowed them to video or they told
this is how low journalism has come. You see, they be a catch a Ghana for say, and yet ebia in Kubia Latara woto.
What would you say same when before you comment say subscribe to YouTube channel where you are subscribe now like comment no share the way me update Diana to be named down so share I wish you enjoy and Kelvin Taylor eating a same baby told you about Anas and Kennedy Agyapong. Now me say Anas it me go still Kennedy Agyapong and USA na what me go still need me go di assembly we na just say Kennedy Agyapong ID for in teacher say judge no SN so to me $18 million if I'm Anas. Now after some way just Kennedy Agyapong lawyers so it ma be kasa na en some way me akane THS almost some just can na some way na Kelvin Taylor and so atina jina so on so wetimi aka ensem bi afa sansem mu na wuti ensem a Kelvin Taylor akane dia busha ano edi enche wo pie no wuti ensem a Kelvin Taylor atimi aka.
There's another jandam I want to kill. And a very important, it's got to do with Anas Aremeyaw Anas. Yeah, Anas and Kennedy Agyapong. Enya ewo quarter. Yeah, after this, I'll be back to prove something to you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I stand before you not just as a journalist, but as a witness to history, a child of Ghana's turbulent past, and a soldier in the fight for truth. Yesterday, in the Essex County Superior Court of New Jersey, an 8-member jury delivered a unanimous verdict holding Kennedy Agyapong, former Ghanaian MP, liable for defamation and awarding damages of $18 million. The ruling is more than a legal victory. It is a profound affirmation that truth matters, that justice is not a privilege of the powerful, and that the arc of history does indeed bend towards righteousness. My story begins long before this moment. I was born at the 37 Military Barracks in Accra, the son of the soldier who served in an era where power belonged to those who wielded the gun. I grew up watching my nation transition from military rule to democracy, witnessing firsthand the struggle of ordinary Ghanaians yearning for justice, transparency, and accountability. When Ghana finally embraced democracy, I knew that safeguarding it required more than just laws. It needed the unyielding courage of those willing to hold power accountable. That is why I chose journalism, not as a career, but as a calling. Over the years, my team and I have exposed corruption at the highest levels, from the corridors of politics to the halls of justice. But in fighting the corrupt, one becomes a target. Mr. Agyapong, in a desperate bid to silence me, labeled me a land grabber, an extortionist, a murderer, a tax evader, and a blackmailer who ought to be hanged. These were not just lies. They were calculated attempts to destroy my credibility and put my life in danger. While Ghana's legal system failed to deliver justice in 2018, the U.S. court upheld truth. This case was not easy. Proving defamation in the United States requires establishing actual malice by a clear and convincing evidence standard, one of the highest legal thresholds in the world. That the jury ruled 8-0 in my favor on every count is a testament to the fact that Mr. Agyapong acted with reckless disregard. Regrettably, Ghana's justice system has not always lived up to the principles of fairness and impartiality. When I sued Mr. Agyapong in 2018, despite his inability to legally substantiate his allegations, the court ruled against me, with Justice Barr scandalously branding me a terrorist instead of adjudicating the facts before him. This miscarriage of justice was later condemned by Supreme Court Justice Kolende, who rightly described it as a violent abuse of judicial authority. My fight has never been for personal gain, but for the soul of Ghana's democracy. This victory in the US sends a powerful message. The media cannot be silenced, truth cannot be buried, and those who wield power must be held accountable. Let this moment be a wake-up call to all who seek to erode the foundations of justice in Ghana. Let it remind us that democracy is not just about elections, but institutions that uphold the truth, courts that deliver justice without fear or favor, and citizens who refuse to accept corruption as the norm. To my legal team, Andrew Dehere Esquire, Arthur Womega Esquire, Evans Salasi Adeka Esquire, and Odei Kro Esquire, I am forever grateful for your dedication to justice. And to my supporters in Ghana and around the world, your unwavering belief in the fight strengthens my resolve. The battle against corruption continues. We will name, shame, and jail. Ghana deserves better, and I will never stop fighting for a future where justice is not a privilege of the powerful, but the right of every citizen. Thank you.
So that was Anas Aremeyaw Anas. The case between Anas and Kennedy Agyapong, New Jersey, Supreme Court. Now, there's this misinformation and disinformation. Nipebi eti social media, and you see, when somebody uses your platform to misinform and disinform, you, the person on that platform, can be held liable. And sometimes people don't know when it comes to the U.S. courts, when it comes to the laws in America. And then last American say, even things you say on social media, especially when you're in America, and maybe against the government or against government policies and things the government is putting in place. So what's America? That's where you say you can even speak against it because of freedom of speech. At a point that your speech can be used against you. It say, Ujina social media can say, me repair America for me no American kwarada. You can be called to answer that on what basis them are semono. Nipa oni omada no modi mfie saying that alone you can end up in jail as a pedophile. Yeah. You can so what we social media can say America judge for Jimmy Obiantumia. That alone a citizen can take you on, and if you are not able to prove, you end up in jail. And you see, when you live in this country, anytime I say me koku osono kusie more time to kill a rat or a mouse, whatever you call it. I have time. And I add pieces and pieces of things to get what I want. But Anas Aremeyaw making, you need to understand, say, Asemia is see your court one. So if you call yourself a journalist in America, na say opese who approach sa asemono. Na say oka asemona. As far as you have a platform, make sure that anybody who comes on that platform, one, has the facts to back their statement, because it's got to do with judges, it's got to do with jury, it's got to do with the United States of America law. It is a wide deal, say you can just quote some things and you can just spew it out. For just using that platform, bringing people on to misinform alone, you can end up in jail. And a citizen, a regular citizen, can take you on and say you cannot underestimate or malign or denigrate, that's the right word, the United States laws, especially when it is the New Jersey Supreme Court. Now, I'm mentioning my DB. Now, the conversation about Aremeyaw Anas, 18 million, Akopie Court, say, yes, Kennedy Nkutia, yes, my Kennedy Nkutiano. Now, the conversation has been deduced. You're taking conversation about Fuma Kwakudru, pictures, any videos are you can or court. Now, Mo amuti America, Musumako school, Ghana for amuti America, Mako school. Can you just pick a camera and enter a courtroom and film? As a journalist, if you call yourself a journalist, Wako school, so unjimi na unimadia. Now, if you know what you are doing, can anybody just walk into just even your room and pick a camera and take a picture of you or take a video of you? Now, let's watch this. We are making my DB.
The clue why they don't want to say anything. One, courtroom or Nankasa. They want everybody not to video. You can take pictures, but you cannot video. Anas has video without even one video judge in a movie. That is another case where young lawyers, they are not going to say anything. I'm telling you, sir, this is where it's far more than what we are doing right now.
Anas lawyers say munina or say omu permission or court.
Yo,
omu pesa omu video because momo say ne ba no mu hu se mu de obi edi machi. Eju omu koje tie, baba je tie. Omu koje permission.
Okay, so I'm
to video, yes. They went for permission. Yes. And the court granted them permission to video.
That is why
independent journalists be and I say, but they went for permission to video.
Who judge in a country on permission to record even the judge himself.
Yeah, I think they have permits to video. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I can form a trade tonight. When the time is right, we will see. So whether the judge allowed them to video or they told.
This is how low journalism has come. You see, they be a catch Ghana for say, enye ebia inkumbi odatare woto ana Sunday or Saturday powder bi odi abokum ana nyome bi a wodi afefa wanim I kase be jani pen who nim kura obesro makes you intelligent. I keep saying these are some of the people are your more chance, and I blame Kwame despite and the misinformation. Utie sanko for me no mo kase ya. They no friend who journalist no catch any pan say. Anas lawyer say. So if you are a journalist, what is your job? Because then it means you have actually had a conversation with Anas's lawyer. If you are going to pose this question or this is going to come into a conversation, the best thing to do is to ask for that to prove to the world, because their conversation all boils down to Kennedy Ntia because Anas and the camera are court. And it's how a journalist now to one I will say. Anas lawyer say, Ebi Anas lawyer some catch on no bois. Now, can you as a journalist sitting there on that platform, when you are called to answer for allowing that guy to misinform, no, what basis, what evidence are you going to stand on to prove your case? Because Anas lawyer can tell you, I didn't say anything like that. So I cannot, that's why I record here. He can tell you he is not obliged to show you that. So what do you do as a journalist? I am talking about protecting your credibility and protecting the job you do and understanding the fundamental job you are doing. Actually, where Jimmy? Actually, what Junior will say, this is a clear-cut case of shutting down somebody who is foolishly ignorant and wants to stupidly rant because of what has happened in the Supreme Court in New Jersey as a battle between NPP and NDC. This is clearly to tell you, say, majority of Nkwasiafo no muti radio so ni TV fo na amo say omo no mo air conduct makachem Ghana makachem me say san Nkwasiafo muti radio so ni TV so mo journalist no so we telephone conversation any interviews to film they cannot speak for 10 minutes from my dream to tell you what they think about issue. They can't do it. 90% of Nkwasiafo muti TV so say journalist no me say so we interviews to film. Anytime I'm surrounded with foolish people to talk to. Because me sitting here, I do my homework before I come here. I can sit for 10 hours. I will tell you everything and back it with facts. Because my job here is to educate you. My job is my job here is not to bring somebody to come and share their opinion. The platform. So it is not my job to bring people to come and share opinions. It is my job as a journalist to tell you what you want to hear, the facts. So I have a lot of work on me. Mr. Renopa, my name is Timono. It is our job to go find the truth and let you know. That is why when you come on my platform, hardly do you see any monkey sitting on it and saying, I want to share my opinion. Na kwasiawa boa, no better me show share opinion. Now go can be na me ntumi and hold you anoa. I will end up in jail. No. But when you believe in what you do, you have the intellectual know-how and intelligence, deep intelligence to understand what you are doing. You do your work. You fact-check your work before you sit there to allow pigs to make statement against a court. Anas court. Video aba. Yasi Anas lawyer can so bring permission. Anas lawyer on Belgium. Anas lawyer on him how to send an email. The way you were able to contact Anas's lawyer, you can use the same channel to contact him to give you the evidence proving say America court benbe who's a camera wa air filming nipa. These are very dirty people. America visa ayafo. Sebio kwasiebia to be ba American tea and Ghana ye Jimmy tea to be free obia journalists. Now, let's dissect the matter. This document you see here. We want more Jimmy. Most of us we so ye Jimmy. You see this document. This is a request. A request that the Anas team sent to the court to ask for permission to film and to take still pictures. Any fool sitting on radio and TV in Ghana, America, I say, or a journalist, go to the court, just ask. The court will give it to you. Just ask, send an email. Inkrasifo mo ho kankan. Send an email. This job is so easy. It is not complicated. Adena mo jimi sa. Modia, my say mua, my say nyan, my say toilet mumua. Adena mo jimi sa. Send an email to the court and tell the court you want evidence to this. Is this there? The court will hand it over to you. Na nkwasiafo mo ho nyanyan jimi. Matiti tinkwa ya mo ni betata camera ni mu ekeka nkwasiasem adentia ya krom ni ya party ni MPP Kennedy Agyapong asama to ninti yen say American court yengu court ni mase. Why do you do that? Now this document is request of permission to photograph electronical record of or broadcast a court proceeding. Into the Anas team, they sent a document. They requested that can we film? Can we take still pictures? I did not make this document up. These are documents from the court that any person can just ask for. When you enlarge the document, let me show you and let me read the document to you. In class 4, this is what you see. These are the facts. Mwe Jimmy Dudu, mudi mumkrasa samru fi wurem. Mabe tena brochire. Monumu kankankan, mabe boja antira tikrom ha. Mo brekese. Monimu say enchamwa. Google radio su Facebook. Jimmy mo. This is the document. It is not difficult. It is so easy to do that. Mo fin in Chamwa asefo mo dwen se mo betumi de san konkonsan nkwase akeka no saa e de MPP aba power enye dwuma in the name of journalism. 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 Eyasema. Yanyenyem we yasintim mo Jimmy. Now look at the records. Say completed forms must be submitted to the assignment judge, trial court administration, designee for approval. Date of request 3/17/25, March 17, 2025. Name of requester yakataso. Telephone number of requester yakataso. Affiliation freelance journalist. So a freelance journalist who was part of the whole thing, who also went to cover, actually requested to take their cameras, to take videos and still pictures. A freelance journalist. So you don't need any special accreditation. You just have to put in a request. A yase mafwo ya mo papa de mo maame ko hyehyɛ yase ene e begye nyim munti mo ayese moa mo dwen se enye MPP a Ghana wu kwasiafo mo hu fin. Now when you go down there you see this permission to request for name of person attending that has been covered. Name of case L2918-22. Judge courtroom number Jeffrey Edini Neohono date and a shohono. Now I request permission to use recorded equipment for the following activities. Check all the blah blah and they ticked video, still photography. Video and still photography. These are the two things that the freelance journalist requested. A person or take a video and still photography. That's all. Dirty people from dirty roots. Then when you go down there, you see specific equipment to be used. Phone and camera. It is there. Into Abua Ben Ekase, Kennedy Agyapong. When a man one coin and at the end, you just need to do this. This is simple. You just need to put it in. You get it. Now, mutual request, was it granted? Yes. Was the request granted? This is what they got back after they sent the request. The request was granted. Go to the court. Now, this is Martha Estrella to the person who sent the freelance journalist who requested to be able to do that in court. Good afternoon. Please see the approved request for video and still photography in the matter XL 00291-8-22 in Judge Beecham's courtroom on 3/18/25 or Beckham, whatever you want to call it. Regards, and you can see clearly Martha Estrella, administrative specialist 4. They actually requested, they got a permission to do that. The documentation is that the phone number is there. Excess vicinage, New Jersey Court, Superior Court of New Jersey. What else again do you need? There's an email there. What kind of journalism is this? And you allow goats and sheep because you see journalism now full. To be fair guests. To be fair guests. Nipa findia to be fair guests. Momesala was no bianca adwene. Now so that thing there is easy for everyone to do. It is easy. I can line 15 people up on my show. And Adrian was saying, hey, where the NTS here? Now also Adrian was saying, Kwasiebia one body bread bin who Phoebe, no other fan transfer or and discuss Ghana. Now who would you man is saying? What is your job as a foreign two near? Who say what is your job? This is what we are talking about. The misinformation is too much. This is easy to do. Just ask for it. Now listen to the audio, the tape again. Tie, the last part.
Away and dismiss and say you're discharged until we are going to form a whole jury again.
You are using 2 words. Discharge any dismiss a many different things in under US law, Pacho. Tina me say I have tobo.
Okay, they were dismissed. It is right now they are going to form a whole jury team again. It a whole month. Say yang go through whatever the cases. Anas and Kennedy go through whatever cases. In a month's time, no, the date is there, but I don't know say it's out yet. I can't mention.
The date is not out.
Okay, he only say a month, 1 month later. It's in Obasha. Let Anna will read it. Let Anna will read it. If you would do me the honor and a favor to read
and when you letter, a statement will be a true.
Read it to the end.
Yeah, but any letter, I'm person obedient assembly. It's not a letter, it's a statement. And you all send the
right.
It's a statement, it's not a letter.
Okay, that's exactly what happened. It's I'm telling you for a fact. Okay, it's hearsay the M1. Anas was so quick to come out just to redeem his image because they are told to say or you're investigative terrorists in Ghana. Let me take this opportunity to come out to also redeem my name and tarnish my opponent. Who told him to come out right now? It's against the ruling. Because I'm running to say you back out. All my evidence say one man is Ghana. Nobody has given him any money. He's making Ghanaian seem say they say no Kennedy Agyapong between $18 million. If you mark my word, today's date, right? Even $50, I'm not saying he will end up paying more. Mark my word, I'm telling you. That I don't know why he like to do this.
You see the misinformation. This is total disrespect to the court. Omumi na koto Pakistan for space no she said here. Omuchi 1944 World War plane. Nkurasifo aba America. Omakoto Pakistan for space ashe. Kurasifo. Omumi na koto Pakistan for space ashe. I said Vietnam welders etiti kekankwasi asem disrespecting the court. Disrespecting the court. And a fool sits there and say, I am a journalist. Disrespecting the court of the land. How can you do that? How can you live in this country and you disrespect the court? Are there free court by you people sit and misinform and disinform everybody. I didn't for about town. I'm going to Pakistan for space ashe into Omuti America. Yeah, they are different from Ghana for Jimmy. I saw mu chief World War II plane. In Kwasia somewhere near town Abedru How. They know nothing. They are ignorant. These are people, they led you people to go vote for Kufuado in 2017, 2016. I'm telling you. Kwasi asema to ekume Kufuado and on better in America. Says I tell you Jimmy. Yet ya brochre ni yatete ya basement and ya see a red dross and yet ya brochre mobile ya de mutina be pem dan ya be ma wura moto and then the mobeka kurom ha. Ye de ne agimi. Ena mo te Ghana te bonkum, ship house. Emu kan. Ena mo kan kwase asem. Mo ye nkwase campaign me Akufo-Addo wieye. Akufo-Addo wi ni ya Ghana mu ye den. Ena trom mo betena ha, ena de mo titare dan, ena efe kire mo to. Ena de e be ma tuye mu nende, bebia mo bedane nipa. Kwasiafo, mo say kuro mo say beduru ha. Upon the moment who are you still don't want to get away from your stupid tribe, your stupid tribal party. Dirty people, very dirty people. You can see they are dirty, and we are not going to allow that to happen again. We will make sure we protect the court. We will make sure we protect our credibility of the news that comes out of the court. We will make sure